Ja, hangen. Hoppa. Little feisty rascal on the scout swimmer. Bye! So, I missed one, you missed one, and then we had this one in like 2 minutes time. Hangen.
Nice. This is a typical Dutch pike, like a typical Dutch polder pike. You can tell by the color, it's a bit brownish, copper color. Has a little leeches on it as well. I think it's the 4th take we got in this little corner. 2 fish on the board. Hopefully many to follow, and it's super fun to fish in these shallow waters. And let's continue discovering what lies ahead. Good morning everyone, I'm out with Frans from the Putte today. We are hitting the Dutch shallow water systems, the infamous polders, as some people may know. I think for a lot of Swedish guys it's quite uncommon to fish in such water systems. We do see an increase in Germans and French people coming over to the Netherlands to fish in these systems, and today we're gonna do some traditional Dutch fishing, which means shallow water, jerkbaits, maybe some soft baits, but mostly jerkbaits. And yeah, fish in, what is it? 60 centimeters of water at the moment. It's cold, it's 4.2 degrees water temperature, it's 8 degrees outside, so it's much warmer outside. It's mid-January, so it wouldn't be your typical spring shallow water jerkbait fishing thing, I guess, but yeah.
We're fishing spring fishing style.
Spring fishing style, mid-January. So we're gonna mainly fish with the Scout swimmer and the Scout jerkbait, maybe a meter deep tops, and fish in these grim conditions because I don't think the sun is gonna shine today.
Nope.
But hopefully the pike don't mind and they are willing to play, so let's go. Oh, looked like it got stuck in some kind of net. There's some commercial fishing in this area. Yeah, you look at the back as well, like damage here and damage at his tail. And a weird little hole there. But he's healthy, breathing and hunting. So let's get this little bugger back and see him in a couple of years.
Hier, volger. Hier hangen. Another Scout swimmer victim. I like this little version with the pike collar. It stands out in these yeah, bronze colored waters. Cool. Ay, caramba.
So today I'm gonna mainly use the Scout jerkbait. This is a 16 centimeter or 162 millimeter jerkbait. You can fish these super slow. Typical gliding action like you would expect from a jerkbait. And you can fish it either with your rod tip, putting the motion into the bait, or you can do it with the slinger of your reel. Easy to fish, shallow to fish, rattle inside, and equipped with BKK hooks straight out of the box. Taking a short break, it's 12 o'clock. We fished for roughly 2 hours, I think. We caught 4 fish. I think we missed 4 or 5 actually. We're gonna trim down the petrol engine and move out towards the next spot. I think we're gonna fish a little harbor now. and also see if we can move up towards some other shallow systems. The thing with the Netherlands is everything is accessible as long as you don't have a super big boat. And this boat is actually pushing it, so we were probably gonna meet up with some spots where it's gonna be a bit tight and a bit tricky.
Very big fish. I think it's about between 1 meter and 110. For these waters, that's a friggin' giant.
It missed it completely, and then probably saw the boat and was a bit hesitant to come back again. We are gonna go to the next spot. It's gonna be a bit tricky to reach that spot, but with a bit of patience and a bit of careful planning, we'll probably make it. So let's head out.
This fish following right next to the boat, a little ram grabbed it. Looks like he's some sort of marking under his eye. It looks like a deer.
Fishing with the Scout jerkbait, combination with the Scout swim bait rod, casting weight up to 140 gram, 50 to 140 gram to be exact. Concept A2 on it with 0.32 braid on it. I can tighten my drag a bit more. Yes, 0.32. The reason why we're fishing fairly heavy is because you get stuck quite often. Old vegetation, old lily pads, old roots, reeds. For a lot of Swedish guys that must be familiar as well. And the benefit of fishing fairly heavy braided line is once you get stuck, 9 out of 10 times you can pull yourself free anyway. And you don't need to disturb a spot, or you don't need to drive the boat up towards the shore, or do all kinds of tricks to get your bait back. Usually the line wins from the reeds. And another tip, if you want to fish super shallow like we're doing now, most guys are tapping their rod down like this. But there's no reason why you need to tap down your rod. You can actually jerk like this upwards as well. And then your bait runs much more shallow. You still have the same control. And you don't have the risk of smashing against the edge of the boat. I like to steer it a bit. So when I make my initial cast like this, I know that I'm in the shallow area. So I start retrieving the bait with my rod tip up like this. And once I get closer to the boat, I slowly move the tip a bit more downwards. Because then I can get the bait a bit deeper on spots where I know the water gets a bit deeper as well. So on the shallow spots, tip up high. If it gets deeper, you can move the tip downwards a bit. We are targeting water that is roughly 80-90 centimeters deep, which mid-January sounds kind of weird. But pike like to hide in these areas where there's old vegetation, old lily pads, especially these shallow corners like here. The water gets trapped inside. It has cover from north, east and west, and the water can only get out from the south. And normally when the warm winds start blowing in, the wind comes from the south, so the warm water stays in small little bays and creeks like this. We're targeting with shallow lures. And the good thing about fishing so shallow is that you can keep up the pace a bit as well. So you can cover a lot of water, cover a lot of areas where you want to fish. And then you can find a pocket like this where the wind is pushing the water in. The warm water stays inside. We could see the temperature rise a bit from 4 to 4 degrees, which is actually quite low, towards 4.5, 4.6. And then suddenly we find pike. Super fun to do. We're just gonna explore more spots like this. And also the key in finding the right dynamic for the day is look for wind direction. Look where there's old vegetation, or if you find shallow spots that pike are hiding. Maybe they're on the deeper edges, maybe they're a bit more shallow. And also the speed. The good thing with two guys fishing in one boat, or if you're fishing with 3 guys as well, you can mix it up. Different bait selections, different speed, and that will help you find the code for that particular day, because every single day is different. One day you could be fishing fast and catch fish, the other day you need to do something that goes relatively slow. And also, it's super fun to share these memories with buddies. So we are gonna continue hammering these spots, and hopefully we'll find some more. And we're gonna go and try and see if we can find some big Dutch polder pike. It's like the unicorn of Dutch polder fishing. And not many big fish in here. They are here, they do exist, but fish like this, the coloration, the type of fishing, it's awesome. It's not the way to catch record pike, but it sure is a lot of fun. What a take! Just came swooping from 3 or 4 meters, just straight towards the scout jerkbait, like my heart is pounding. What a take, what a fish. Let's check if the fluorocarbon is okay, because as you could see she was hooked quite deeply. Yeah, the fluorocarbon seems to be good, so I think we are good to go and can try and catch another one. that's a wrap for today, guys. We caught 10 fish, all on jerkbaits, all shallow. Not the giant we were after, but still a lot of fun to catch these pike in the middle of January, for all sake. Missed a couple fish too. Frans had a really big one following twice, and he made a go at the scout swimmer, but unfortunately it's a great way to spend fishing in January. It's something refreshingly different than fishing on those deep open lakes where the wind really catches you quite often and quite soon. And this is a really accessible way of fishing as well. You don't need a big fishing boat to go out here. You can do it from a kayak, you can do it from a belly boat, you can also do it just from a small little rubber boat. Small aluminum fishing boats, the ones that are more common and more average, are super versatile and usable for conditions like these. So my advice is head out and try to skip those big lakes once in a while and focus on those water systems where a lot of us started fishing. So hit the shallows in January as well, or February. Make sure to catch some of that shallow water action before spring really hits. And we will definitely do so. So thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one.